Today we're going to talk about what I feel is the most important scene in Chainsaw Man. The scene that actually set the course for the rest of the series and told us exactly what we were in for. And it's probably the most defining scene. And it's all about misdirection. Chainsaw Man is many things. From crazy to over-the-top actions with crazy over-the-top characters. And plots that are just insane. But one thing it does well is subtlety. Yeah, okay, a show that has a guy with a chainsaw for a head and chainsaws come on his hand is good at subtlety. Nick, you're going to have to explain this to me. Hey, I would love to. Let's talk about it. Now, Chainsaw Man will slightly tell you what it's going to do several steps before it even does it. It tries to reveal its hand by showing you small little discrete things before revealing its giant, huge, like, threw this right in your face sort of thing. But you wouldn't quite know or understand just what it's doing at the early stages of the story. Just because of its misdirect and the way it plays a few sleight of hand tricks off the bat to make you look in different directions. Chainsaw Man early on really does a good job of making you look in other directions. But it gives you a small clues that something is off. It gives you a something is off feeling in just the second chapter with Makima. You know something doesn't feel right about her, but you can't quite put your hand on it. But you know something's off with her. The way that she treats Denji doesn't feel humane. But the rest of the story, the rest of this world kind of feels that way too, so maybe that's just the expectation we have for everything. You see, the Chainsaw Man world is unhinged, and it's full of desperate people doing crazy and desperate things just to stay alive in a world full of uncertainties. You never know when you're going to get attacked by a devil, and you never know when everything's going to end for you. But all that changes with just one scene, and that one scene I would say is the most important of the whole series, and it sets the tone going forward. And it all starts with Makima. Up until then, we have gotten to know several characters in the squad, from Aki, Power, and so on, each with their own driving force and a mission they want to attain. And they're all in it for the same reasons. But at this point, we still don't know or understand who Makima is. She's kind of a joker card. She's an uncertainty. We don't know what she's playing or vying for. We have this uneasy feeling about her. Now, yeah, sure, she sweeps the main character off his feet, appears kind and compassionate in certain moments, with a tad bit of dominatrix personality to her. She's very domineering, but she's willing to give you what you want. But you know what? Given this world and the high stakes with devils, maybe she's just weird. Maybe she's just eccentric. You know, every single character so far has also shown red flags, given their line of work of devil hunting. But then it all changes. But when Denji and the others are attacked by the Yakuzas, who made contracts with various devils, everything goes off the wall, unhinged, fast. Fights break out across various areas. They're all attacking the various agents across the devil hunting agency. And my goodness, is the action superb. It is jaw-dropping. It pulls you in. It engages you to the point where you don't see what's about to happen. The Yakuza gang attacks in a brutal front force, taking down our heroes with no mercy, and even for the sake of revenge, wanting vengeance for the old man that Denji took down at the very beginning of the story. They butcher the heroes in a bloodbath. It is not looking good for these guys. All seem like it's going downhill. All is lost. Every hero falls. Even Makima is Minecrafted. It's hopeless at this point. How will they return from this? But then here is where Chainsaw Man pulls back part of its curtain and finally reveals that uneasy feeling you've had this whole time. The series throws you for a loop and knocks you out without any regard. Makima comes back. If that didn't sound crazy and off the wall, the series goes one step further in a brutal display of power. We see Makima at her scariest. Now, all red flags are going off. Every warning is going off. Who is this character? Now, she gathers several people and has them state the Yakuza members' names, and she squishes them. She squishes them! Up until this point, we knew she was off. Something didn't feel right. But now we know there is something off. In this one scene, Chainsaw Man takes a slight new direction in this reveal, showing us that not everything might be as it seems. And might I add, it does it flawlessly. But this is what Chainsaw Man does well, subtle misdirection. It makes you look in a different direction. It tells you to look over here while it's preparing to go off the walls banana-rama on you on the other end. But it perfectly sets the stage for where the series goes next and what it reveals. The scene is just a taste of what is about to unravel. But in hindsight, it feels like we all should have known better. It was right in front of us the whole time, that uneasy, creepy feeling, and the red flags kept popping up, telling us something is off. Now, if anything, Chainsaw Man teaches us to trust our gut. Those red flags, those uneasy feelings, are telling us something. Because in the end, Makima ended up being the biggest red flag that Denji should have been paying attention to. Everyone should have been paying attention to. But we won't spoil that today. That'll be for another video. Hey, you know what? Speaking of red flags, chainsaw-wielding crazy characters, have you heard of Winnie the Pooh Demon Hunter? Yeah, you heard that right. It's Winnie the Pooh fighting demons with a chainsaw as he seeks to protect the 100-acre forest. Now, you can download and read the first book on my website, or you can sign up right now for Volume 2 that is going to be hopping on Kickstarter here in just a little bit, in February.